When we say at our marriage vows, a couple comes before the altar and the questions are asked, have you come here freely and without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage? And the couple responds, we have. Will you love and honor each other as husband and wife for the rest of your life? We will. You see again, have you come here freely? It's a free gift. Without reservations to give each other? Will you love and honor each other forever, that forever dimension, that complete total gift? And then the third question is, will you accept children lovingly from God and raise them up according to the law of Christ and His church? Your answer to that again is yes. Yes, we're open to life. With a contraceptive mentality or contraception in your marriage, in essence, you're kind of going against what you said yes to in your marriage vows.
Natural family planning is really recognizing that a woman's cycle is set up to be understood and understanding the cycle for avoiding or achieving pregnancy depending on what your needs are. Really encourages you to communicate with your spouse, and it's natural. It's so much better than artificial contraception because you're not putting hormones into your body and you're not paying money every month for prescription. You have the benefit of just learning how you were designed and created and using that for your family planning needs.
A lot of times when people ask me about the church's teaching on contraception, to say that the contraception in a marital relationship is immoral is kind of like saying the invention of the wheel was a stupid invention. It's a very difficult concept to understand often because we've already swallowed so many untruths about it that it's kind of second nature. It's looked upon as one of the greatest conveniences in our culture.
My husband and I, at the time, were both practicing medicine. We'd heard of natural family planning. In medical school, they really didn't give it much credit or much time in our education because they really lumped it with rhythm. So we sort of went through, I guess, the beginning of our medical practice thinking that's what it was. And once I started looking into it a little bit more, and it happened to be at that time that my husband and I both were also seeing so many problems with contraception with our patients. I think that made me a little more open to looking at it. And we, both realized, what a gift it really is.
A lot of times the world throws out this idea of contraception using a pill, an injection, a patch, putting artificial chemicals into a woman that often can be harmful to her. And so really, a loving husband, why would he want to do such a thing? NFP is this scientific method that helps a couple come to an understanding of their own fertility.
It's a natural method. God calls us to be open to life and to really pursue life. And so this is a way that it's not artificial, it's a natural way. It doesn't have any, you're not taking hormones or chemicals or blocking anything. You're always open to life, but you're just abstaining from intercourse on days of fertility, that if you have discerned that there's a need for you not to have children at this time, that you know when you're fertile or when your wife's fertile, and then you abstain from intercourse on those days.
I think when you look at natural family planning versus contraception, the difference is that couples are not looking out just for what they want at that period of time. You really have to take a team approach to it. And because of that, I think that rolls over into everyday life, into your team approach to your finances, to how you're raising your children. But we have definitely watched some couples really blossom with their communication and just in general improvement in their marriages.
I think number one, it improves their relationship just from a spiritual aspect. I think it strengthens their faith because they're both being obedient to the church, and with that comes, I think, the spiritual fruits of that. In addition, there's a lot of studies that show the divorce rate among couples who use natural family planning is practically nil. It's that small, and you compare that to about 50% in the population. So I think it also improves communication skills among the couples. It improves also really feel it improves their sex life, and that, you know, you can't always have sex, and then it makes it even more enjoyable when you have to wait and then can have sex. So from that standpoint, I think it helps the sexual relationship. And then also just, it sort of brings back the romance of the relationship. The times when you can't have intercourse, find other ways to be affectionate to each other. And so it can sort of relive the romantic part of your relationship.
And a lot of times the church gets bad-mouthed because, oh, a bunch of old celibate men making these rules in Rome, and what do they know about the church's sexual teaching? Well, clearly, unfortunately, I would say that comment, that thought process is really not giving the church a fair. The church, first of all, recognizes that God is the author of sex, and so that sex is good. It's a beautiful gift, and there's an awesome gift. There's an awesome power that comes with the sexual bond, sexual intercourse.
Contraception is highly overrated, and there's so many debilitating factors about contraception. You know, you're putting these hormones into your body, and you're altering your cycle, and you're altering your libido, and you're altering so many even barrier methods of contraception. I think it's just cumbersome, and you know, it's not as God intended it to be, but it's I think just there's a beauty in a woman's cycle and God's design, and I think, you know, through understanding natural family planning, you can really make family planning decisions and not have to worry about contraception and all the cumbersome products and stuff that comes with that.
One of the main purposes of sexual intercourse is to bring new life into this world. And the other component of sexual intercourse in a marital relationship is to strengthen the relationship of the couple. One author I heard said that the two purposes are babies and bonding. And to really, these two principles are meant to be kept together.
Now, God sort of played a little trick on us because we always thought we were going to have infertility problems. We had a lot of troubles conceiving. And He's blessed us with children, but also made us fertile so that we now have to practice natural family planning. And it's been great because it's allowed us to know what our patients or you know, other couples that we've worked with are going through, and the joys and some of the struggles of natural family planning.